know the difference between someone who wants you and someone who values you. It is not just in words. It is in actions. If a man is afraid to lose you, you will see it in how he moves, how he shows up, and how he refuses to let go. The fear of losing something precious changes a person. It forces clarity, it forces choices, and it forces action. The first thing you will notice is attention. He stops taking your presence for granted. Suddenly, your day becomes his priority. Not because he has to, but because he wants to. The second is protection. He will shield you not from the world entirely, but from the moments that can hurt you. The third is appreciation. Every little thing you do will be seen, acknowledged, and celebrated. The fourth is patience. He will slow down for you, listen longer, and try harder to understand you. The fifth is communication. Silence will disappear. Questions, affirmations, and honesty will fill the gaps where doubt used to live. The sixth is effort. You will notice the difference between empty promises and actions that prove love is not optional, but essential. And the seventh is respect. Respect for your choices, your space, and your boundaries. Because he understands that losing you is not just a possibility. It is a reality he fears. When a man is truly afraid to lose you, the first thing you will notice is the way he gives you attention. Not the kind of attention that is distracted or half-hearted. Not the attention that comes when it is convenient. But the kind of attention that is intentional, consistent, and unwavering. He notices the small details about you that others might overlook. The way your eyes light up when you are excited. The tone of your voice when something matters to you. The moments when you feel unseen or unheard. He steps in, not because he is asked, not because he is reminded, but because he genuinely cares. Attention is not just about presence. It is about presence with purpose. He will call you when he knows you are busy, just to hear your voice. He will remember your stories, even the small ones you think no one would. He will notice the things that make you smile and the things that make you quiet. Every interaction becomes a chance to show that you matter, that your life, your thoughts, your feelings are not just background noise in his world. They are essential. You will realize he does not take your presence for granted anymore. He stops scrolling endlessly on his phone when you are talking. He stops assuming that because you are with him, your time and attention are his to demand. Instead, he shows up, fully. Every day he makes time for you, not because he has to, not because he feels guilty, but because he cannot bear the thought of losing you. His fear of losing you manifests in every call he makes, every message he sends, every effort to connect that goes beyond the ordinary. When a man is afraid to lose you, he begins to notice your energy. He can sense when you are happy, sad, tired, or overwhelmed. And instead of letting those moments pass by, he engages with them. He shows empathy. He asks, he listens, he remembers. His attention becomes a kind of devotion, a silent promise that he will not let your worth go unnoticed. You will see it in how he prioritizes you over distractions, how he cancels minor plans to be there, how he adjusts his schedule to accommodate yours. It is not about control, it is about care. This kind of attention is different from obsession. It is not about suffocating or controlling. It is about showing that your presence in his life is valued, cherished, and indispensable. When someone truly fears losing you, every interaction is intentional. He does not just hear you, he listens. He does not just see you, he observes. He does not just care. He demonstrates it through consistent actions that reflect awareness and consideration. Attention is also about memory. He will remember the little things that make you who you are. Your favorite coffee, the song that always makes you smile, the dream you have been hesitant to share. He stores these details not to impress you, but because he wants to understand you fully. He knows that losing you would mean losing not just your physical presence, but the unique essence that you bring to his life. And the thought of that is unbearable. Over time, you start to notice a pattern. He is present in ways that feel effortless yet deliberate. He notices when you are distant and makes gentle attempts to reconnect. He shows that he values your mind, your heart, and your soul. His attention is not performative. It is genuine, patient, and unwavering. And when a man reaches this level of awareness, it signals more than just affection. It signals a fear of losing what he has learned is irreplaceable. This kind of attention becomes a foundation for all the other things he begins to do. The protection, the appreciation, the patience, the communication, the effort, and the respect. It is the first visible sign that he is changing, that he is waking up to your worth, that he is willing to invest in keeping you. Because when a man fears losing you, he does not wait for grand gestures or reminders. He shows it every day in the quiet, consistent, deliberate ways that cannot be faked. Attention is the language of love for someone who fears losing you. It is the silent declaration that you matter, that your presence is not optional, that he is aware of the gift that you are in his life. And when you witness this kind of attention, you begin to understand the depth of his fear, not as a weakness, but as proof of how much you mean. Every call he makes, every message he sends, every moment he chooses to be present is a reflection of that fear turned into action. And that is the first sign, the most subtle yet powerful signal, that a man who fears losing you is starting to fight for your place in his life with everything he has. When a man is afraid to lose you, the second thing you will notice is the way he protects you. And this protection is not about controlling you or dictating your life. It is not about keeping you in a cage or limiting your freedom. True protection is deeper, subtler, and far more powerful. It is the kind of care that senses when you are vulnerable and steps in to shield you, not from life itself, but from the unnecessary pain that can be avoided. It is the instinct to preserve your peace, your joy, and your heart because he knows the value of what he has in you. He becomes aware of the world around you in a way he never did before. He notices situations, people, and moments that could hurt you, drain you, or diminish you. And instead of standing by passively, he intervenes. Not because you asked him to, not because he wants recognition, but because he genuinely fears the emptiness that would come if he lost you. His fear turns into vigilance, and that vigilance becomes a shield. This protection is expressed in countless small ways. He steps in when someone speaks to you disrespectfully. He notices when you are overextending yourself and gently reminds you to rest. He watches your reactions to challenges and obstacles, and he takes steps to lessen unnecessary burdens. He does not try to fight every battle for you, but he ensures that you do not face the ones that could break your spirit alone. The moments that could hurt you, he turns into opportunities to show care. Protection also comes in the form of emotional safety. He listens to your fears without judgment. He validates your struggles without belittling them. He does not dismiss your feelings or tell you to get over it. Instead, he creates a space where you can be vulnerable, a place where your heart can breathe without fear of ridicule or abandonment. He understands that emotional harm is just as real as physical harm, and his attentiveness becomes a barrier against it. You will also notice how he guards your time and energy. He shields you from negativity that does not serve you. He tries to minimize unnecessary stress and distractions in your life. He encourages you to focus on what matters most and stands between you and anything or anyone that might pull you off your path. He does not take over, but he supports, and in that support, he shows that your well-being is as important to him as his own. This kind of protection is not always loud or obvious. It does not always come with declarations. Sometimes it is in the quiet acts, the gestures that go unnoticed by the world, but are felt deeply by you. He remembers what makes you uncomfortable and avoids it. He notices your triggers and helps you navigate them. He respects your boundaries not because he is forced to, but because he fears the consequences of letting those boundaries be crossed. Every protective act becomes a silent promise. You will not be hurt while he has the chance to intervene. When a man is afraid of losing you, he also protects your heart by being mindful of his own actions. He knows that carelessness could drive you away. He does not speak words that wound or act in ways that betray trust. He becomes more thoughtful, more intentional, and more conscious of the impact he has on your life. His fear of losing you motivates him to become the kind of person worthy of your presence. Not through grand gestures, but through consistent, steady care. Over time, you begin to feel it in the atmosphere he creates around you. You feel safe, you feel understood, you feel that your happiness matters. And when you feel this level of protection, it allows you to be yourself fully without fear of judgment or harm. His fear of losing you is not expressed through obsession or control, but through a deep, genuine desire to guard the connection you share, the bond that is irreplaceable. Protection, in this sense, becomes one of the clearest signs that he is afraid to lose you. It is an active, living demonstration of care, devotion, and awareness. You do not have to ask for it. You do not have to demand it. It simply exists because he recognizes that losing you would be a loss too great to endure. When a man is afraid to lose you, the third thing you will notice is the way he appreciates you. And this appreciation goes far beyond the simple words of thank you or occasional compliments. It is a deep recognition of your presence, your effort, and the energy you bring into his life. He sees the things you do, not as obligations, not as duties, but as expressions of your heart, and he honors every single one of them. When a man truly fears losing you, he understands that appreciation is not optional, it is essential, because it reflects awareness, respect, and genuine gratitude for having you in his life. You will notice that he celebrates your little victories, the ones that might seem insignificant to the world, but are monumental to you. When you accomplish something, he is genuinely proud. He does not dismiss your effort or assume it was easy. He acknowledges the time, the thought, and the energy you invest. And he lets you know that it does not go unnoticed. This is the kind of appreciation that fuels connection and shows that he sees you not just as someone to be with, but as someone remarkable, someone whose value cannot be replaced. Appreciation also shows in how he treats your choices. He honors your opinions, your decisions, and the path you walk. He does not belittle your dreams or undermine your ambitions. Instead, he celebrates your individuality and supports your journey. When a man fears losing you, he understands that appreciation is not just about words, it is about respect and validation. He makes it clear that he values not only who you are in the relationship, but who you are in the world outside of it. You will also notice the small gestures. He remembers the things that matter to you. The cup of tea you love in the morning, the book you have been wanting to read, the songs that make you feel alive. He does not give these to you out of obligation or expectation, but because he wants to show that he notices, that he cares, and that he values the uniqueness you bring into his life. Appreciation becomes a daily practice, woven seamlessly into his actions, not just reserved for special occasions. Another way appreciation manifests is through acknowledgment of your struggles and sacrifices. He sees the effort it takes for you to manage life, work, relationships, and your personal growth. He recognizes the moments when you are tired, overwhelmed, or unsure, and he expresses gratitude for your resilience. He does not take your strength for granted. Instead, he admires it, honors it, and makes it clear that he knows how much he is gaining from having someone as extraordinary as you by his side. Appreciation is also expressed in how he speaks about you to others. When he talks about you, it is with respect, admiration, and pride. He does not diminish your worth or overlook your contribution to his life. Instead, he elevates your presence, acknowledging that your role in his life is invaluable. This is one of the clearest indicators that he is afraid to lose you. He celebrates you publicly and privately, ensuring that you feel seen, loved, and cherished at every turn. When a man is truly afraid to lose you, appreciation becomes a constant undercurrent in the relationship. It is not a fleeting emotion or a superficial habit. It is embedded in his thoughts, his words, and his actions. He does not wait for you to ask for recognition. He does not assume that love alone is enough. Instead, he actively demonstrates that he values you, and that recognition becomes a language of its own, speaking volumes without needing grand declarations. Appreciation, in this sense, is transformative. It nurtures connection, strengthens bonds, and reminds you that your presence is indispensable. It is the recognition that you are not only loved, but deeply valued. You begin to see how his fear of losing you drives him to notice, honor, and celebrate you in ways that make you feel understood, respected, and treasured. When a man is afraid to lose you, the fourth thing you will notice is the way he shows patience. And this patience is not passive. It is not about waiting reluctantly or tolerating you begrudgingly. True patience is deliberate, conscious, and full of understanding. It is the kind of patience that allows space for growth, mistakes, and differences without judgment or frustration. When he fears losing you, he realizes that rushing, pressuring, or forcing moments only risks pushing you away. So instead, he slows down. He learns to meet you where you are, not where he wants you to be. You will notice it in the way he listens. He does not interrupt or dismiss your thoughts. He lets you speak fully, giving your words weight and meaning. He does not jump to conclusions or make assumptions. Instead, he holds space for your perspective, even when it challenges his own. He understands that patience is about valuing the process, valuing the dialogue, and valuing the fact that your experiences, feelings, and decisions are yours to explore in your own time. Patience also shows in his reactions. When you are frustrated, upset, or emotional, he does not respond with anger or impatience. He does not demand that you get over it or hurry past your feelings. Instead, he remains present, calm, and steady. He offers support without judgment, guidance without pressure, and understanding without expectation. He knows that pushing you or forcing resolution only risks creating distance. His patience becomes a shield against conflict and a foundation for trust. You will also notice it in the way he handles challenges in the relationship. Misunderstandings, disagreements, and mistakes are inevitable. But when a man fears losing you, he does not give up, walk away, or blame recklessly. He works through difficulties with care, listening to understand rather than respond, seeking solutions rather than points to win. He allows time for things to unfold naturally, understanding that real connection cannot be rushed, and that love requires endurance. Patience manifests in his willingness to invest in the long term. He does not seek instant gratification or superficial proof of your commitment. He is willing to wait, to grow, and to adapt, because he knows that building something meaningful takes time. He does not abandon the relationship when it becomes inconvenient or challenging. Instead, he stays, he learns, and he strengthens his commitment with every trial. His fear of losing you transforms into a quiet determination to nurture the bond steadily, day by day. You will also notice his patience in how he accommodates your pace in life. Whether it is personal goals, career ambitions, or emotional healing, he allows you the freedom to move at your own speed. He does not rush your decisions or try to mold you into someone you are not. He understands that losing you would mean losing the person he fell for, so he adapts his expectations to honor your journey. Patience becomes a demonstration of respect, care, and awareness of your individuality. When a man is afraid of losing you, patience becomes a form of devotion. It is not passive waiting, it is active, conscious effort to ensure that the love he values has the space to grow. It allows him to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. It allows him to nurture the relationship through understanding instead of tension. It allows him to show that his fear of losing you is not controlling but protective, not demanding but supportive, not fleeting but lasting. This patience also sets the tone for the other things he begins to do: protection, appreciation, communication, effort, and respect. It is the quiet strength that underlies every action, a reminder that fear of loss, when translated into care, creates stability, safety, and trust. You begin to feel it in the way he moves around you, in the way he listens, in the way he chooses understanding over argument, in the way he lets love unfold naturally rather than forcing it. And when you experience this level of patience, you understand that it is more than tolerance. It is a deliberate act of love, proof that he values the connection enough to move carefully, to respect your timing, and to remain steadfast. When a man is afraid to lose you, the fifth thing you will notice is the way he communicates. And this communication is not casual, careless, or empty. It is deliberate, honest, and intentional. He understands that words are powerful, and that silence can sometimes create distance. When he fears losing you, he realizes that being clear, open, and present in conversation is not optional, it is essential. He does not assume you will always understand him, or that you can read between the lines. Instead, he makes the effort to bridge every gap, to speak from the heart, and to listen with the same depth he speaks with. You will notice it in the way he expresses his thoughts. He does not withhold feelings out of fear or pride. He shares his concerns, his dreams, his intentions, and his fears with transparency. He knows that hiding emotions, even small ones, can create walls between you, and when he fears losing you, walls become dangerous. So he chooses openness, he chooses honesty. He chooses to create a space where dialogue is continuous, not occasional, and where understanding is prioritized over defensiveness. Communication also shows in the way he listens. He does not just hear your words, he absorbs them. He asks questions to clarify, repeats back what he understands, and makes sure you feel heard. He is patient in listening to the thoughts you may be struggling to articulate, the feelings you may be hesitant to share, and the fears you may keep tucked away. He treats your voice as valuable, because he understands that losing you would mean losing a perspective, a heart, and a mind that cannot be replaced. You will notice that he takes initiative in communication. He does not wait for you to reach out first or to address every concern. He checks in, he sends messages, he calls, he expresses his care without prompting. He knows that consistent communication is not a burden. It is a way of showing you that you matter, that your presence in his life is not taken for granted, and that he is committed to building trust and intimacy every day. This communication is also about alignment. He does not leave things unsaid that could create doubt or confusion. He clarifies intentions, shares plans, and discusses concerns openly. He does not allow misunderstandings to fester. Instead, he addresses them with courage, humility, and love. When a man fears losing you, he knows that unresolved issues can create distance, and distance is the enemy of connection. So he communicates to prevent that gap from ever growing. Another way you will notice his communication is in how he speaks about the relationship itself. He expresses appreciation, love, and admiration, not just in private but also in the way he refers to you in conversation with others. He articulates the value of what you share, the connection you nurture, and the bond you build together. It is not about boasting. It is about reinforcing, through words and actions, that you are irreplaceable. Communication also extends to how he handles conflict. He does not yell, ignore, or stonewall. He addresses issues calmly and respectfully. He listens to your perspective fully before responding. He acknowledges mistakes and takes responsibility for his part in misunderstandings. He does not let pride or ego dictate how he responds, because he knows that preserving the connection matters far more than being right. Every word becomes intentional, every sentence a bridge, and every conversation a step towards strengthening the bond. When a man is afraid of losing you, communication becomes more than just talking. It becomes a living expression of care, attention, patience, and respect. It is a reflection of his fear translated into action, a desire to maintain closeness, to honor the trust you share, and to ensure that nothing unnecessary comes between you. You begin to feel the weight of this effort in the way he engages with you, in the consistency of his words, and in the clarity of his intentions. And when you witness this level of open, intentional communication, it becomes clear that his fear of losing you is not weakness. It is proof of devotion. It shows that he values you enough to invest energy, thought, and heart into every conversation, creating a foundation of understanding that cannot be broken easily. When a man is afraid to lose you, the sixth thing you will notice is the way he puts in effort. And this effort is not occasional or performative. It is consistent, deliberate, and meaningful. It is the kind of effort that transforms words into actions and intentions into reality. He understands that love is not proven through promises alone, but through consistent deeds, through showing up day after day, through doing the work required to maintain the connection he fears losing. When he is afraid to lose you, he recognizes that anything less than wholehearted effort risks the very thing he values most. You will notice it in the little things he does, not just the grand gestures. It is in the way he remembers your preferences, plans moments that make you happy, and anticipates your needs without being asked. He takes the time to learn what matters to you and actively incorporates it into his actions. This effort is not about impressing you or gaining approval. It is about showing that he values your presence and is willing to invest energy to preserve and strengthen what you share. Effort also manifests in how he supports your goals and ambitions. He does not see your dreams as secondary to his own. Instead, he aligns his actions to encourage and uplift you, to help you grow without feeling overshadowed or constrained. He celebrates your successes as if they were his own, and he offers guidance, resources, and motivation when challenges arise. This is the kind of effort that comes from understanding that losing you would mean losing not only your presence, but the partnership, inspiration, and energy you bring into his life. You will notice his effort in how he approaches the relationship itself. He does not take shortcuts or assume that love is self-sustaining. He works on building trust, deepening intimacy, and nurturing connection continuously. He invests time, energy, and thought into making you feel valued, understood, and cherished. He is aware that relationships require attention, care, and constant nurturing, and his fear of losing you motivates him to do this work willingly, with focus and dedication. Effort also shows in how he handles challenges. When difficulties arise, he does not give up, walk away, or let frustration dictate his behavior. Instead, he faces problems head-on, seeks solutions, and commits to growth. He understands that maintaining a meaningful connection requires more than words. It requires action, persistence, and resilience. His fear of losing you drives him to put in the necessary work, even when it is uncomfortable or inconvenient, because he values the bond too much to let it falter. Another way you will notice his effort is in his attentiveness to your happiness and well-being. He notices when you are struggling, stressed, or feeling disconnected, and he actively seeks to support, comfort, and uplift you. He does not wait for you to ask for help or express dissatisfaction. He anticipates, responds, and adapts. This effort is not exhausting to him. It is natural because it comes from care, respect, and a deep desire to maintain your presence in his life. When a man is truly afraid of losing you, his effort becomes a visible pattern. It is not sporadic or performative. It is steady, reliable, and purposeful. He does not let complacency take over, because he knows that taking you for granted could lead to the very thing he fears most. Every thoughtful gesture, every supportive word, every intentional action becomes a testament to the importance of what you mean to him. You begin to notice that his effort is not about obligation. It is about devotion. It is not about fear turning into anxiety, but fear turning into positive, productive action. He transforms his awareness of your value into tangible demonstrations of care. And through this effort, he communicates something far more powerful than words alone ever could, that he is willing to show up consistently, to invest wholeheartedly, and to fight for your presence in his life. And when you witness this level of effort, it becomes undeniable that his fear of losing you is not weakness, but a reflection of love in action, a proof that he understands the priceless nature of what he has and is willing to fight to keep it. When a man is afraid to lose you, the seventh thing you will notice is the way he respects you. And this respect is not superficial, not a polite facade or empty gesture. It is deep, deliberate, and unwavering. It shows in the way he treats your opinions, your decisions, your boundaries, and your individuality. He understands that losing you would mean losing a person who is irreplaceable, someone whose mind, heart, and spirit deserve recognition. And so, respect becomes the foundation upon which he builds every thought, word, and action. You will notice it first in how he honors your choices. He does not dismiss your decisions, pressure you into agreement, or undermine your autonomy. Even when he disagrees, he communicates with understanding rather than judgment. He knows that your voice is valid and that your decisions shape your path in ways only you can navigate. He values your independence because he knows that respect and freedom are inseparable from love. When he fears losing you, he does not try to dominate or control. He seeks to uplift, to support, and to honor the person you are. Respect is also evident in how he listens and values your perspective. He does not talk over you, ignore your thoughts, or assume that his opinions outweigh yours. Instead, he engages thoughtfully, considers your input seriously, and incorporates your insights into decisions that affect both of you. He knows that your intelligence, experience, and perspective enrich the relationship, and he treats your voice as essential, not optional. This is not about ego. It is about reverence for the person he fears losing and understanding that love cannot thrive without mutual regard. You will also notice his respect in the way he interacts with your boundaries. He understands the difference between closeness and control. He does not push, manipulate, or guilt you into compromise. Instead, he honors the limits you set, recognizing that they are part of who you are, and that violating them risks the very thing he wants to preserve. Respecting boundaries is a quiet but powerful signal that he values your autonomy, your safety, and your comfort above all else. It is proof that his fear of losing you drives him to act with care rather than carelessness. Respect extends beyond words and gestures. It is embedded in his character. He treats you with dignity in public and private. He does not belittle you, mock you, or speak about you in ways that diminish your worth. He acknowledges your presence, celebrates your achievements, and stands by you in challenges without making you feel small or invisible. He protects not only your body and emotions, but also your sense of self, recognizing that the heart he fears losing is entwined with your identity, pride, and dignity. Another way respect manifests is through his support for your growth. He encourages your ambitions, celebrates your progress, and refrains from envy or criticism. He understands that losing you would mean losing not only the person you are today, but the potential you are becoming. His fear translates into actions that nurture your development, showing that he respects your journey as much as your presence. He supports without overshadowing, uplifts without controlling, and believes in your strength even when you doubt yourself. Respect is also shown in consistency. He does not offer it only when convenient or when he wants something. He maintains it through time, challenges, and changes. His commitment to respect demonstrates that his fear of losing you is not passive anxiety. It is a conscious choice to honor your worth every single day. It is a reflection of love that is steady, deliberate, and unshakable. When a man fears losing you, respect becomes a silent but undeniable force in the relationship. It is woven into his attention, his protection, his appreciation, his patience, his communication, and his effort. It is the lens through which all his actions are filtered, the measure of how deeply he values you. You begin to see that respect is not just a behavior, but a reflection of understanding, care, and devotion. And when you witness this level of respect, it becomes clear that his fear of losing you is transformed into one of the most powerful forms of love. Love that honors, nurtures, and cherishes every part of who you are. So now you know the signs, the actions, and the heart of a man who is truly afraid to lose you. Attention, protection, appreciation, patience, communication, effort, and respect. These are not just words. They are the living proof of care, devotion, and love that cannot be faked. Remember, the people who fear losing you are the ones who value you in ways that matter, and they will show it every single day through their actions. Take this knowledge and carry it with you. Recognize your worth, honor your boundaries, and never settle for anything less than someone who sees your value and fights to keep you. Life is too short to accept half-hearted love or empty gestures. You deserve someone who cherishes you completely, who celebrates you endlessly, and who shows you through consistent actions that losing you is something they cannot imagine. Believe in yourself, trust your intuition, and stay strong. Let this understanding guide your choices, your heart, and the relationships you nurture. The right people will recognize your worth, and the wrong ones will fade away, but every experience will teach you the value of love, patience, and respect. Thank you for taking the time to invest in yourself and in your understanding of love and connection. I wish you all the courage, clarity, and happiness as you move forward in life. Good luck, stay strong, and always remember your worth.